Hello, everyone, and welcome to our episode for recapping the last season of the regular season, but more importantly, previewing the playoffs. And we have with us tonight Mark Mobley again. Welcome, Mark.
Hello, thank you again.
Thanks for coming. I really appreciate the time you took to contribute to this impromptu podcast, I guess.
yeah, no problem.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into what happened last week. Last week, Yellow played Red, and Mark, you predicted Yellow to upset Red, and you texted Pope about it. I even got them another sub, and they did come close. When I finished my game and walked over, the Red was winning 13-12, and it was competitive, and then Red just went 14-15. So
they put up a valiant effort, though. I'm proud of Yellow team.
Yep. So that puts Red at 5-0 for the regular season. That puts Yellow at 1-4. And then we'll see how that plays out after it. And then also, last game, you predicted the big upset of Purple versus Black. And Purple is the Benji's team that was struggling. And Black is the Mast and Allison Elliott core team. So that actually went to Universe, and Black pulled it out. But yeah, you were very close to on all your picks, and for even Purple to put that into Universe was crazy. It was Black won 17-16 on Universe.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, no, I believe in my boys when I make those votes. So I'm proud of the Purple team for putting up that fight.
All right, yeah. I mean, Purple unfortunately ends 0-5. Black moves to 3-2. So yeah. Now let's go over the last game of the regular season. That was Green versus Blue. You predicted Green to win 15-10, and we won 15-10.
Feels good.
Good job on your prediction. If you need to remember, Green is Peterson, Ryan, and then this is Madeline Connolly. We have Tia, Andy Baldry, Mike Long, Mustafa Higgy, Paul Scott, and Blue is I should just have these pre-bookmarked so I can just go between my tabs, but unfortunate. Blue was Bennett, Bree, Christina, Connor, Eli, Gary, Ian, Morgan, Phil, Saba, 10 Weeks. 10 Weeks was subbed out for Sam Graber. In this game, I can talk to it a little bit more before we do a little bit more recap since I played in it. We got the disc. There was only one break in the first half of the game, and it was the other team. So we went into halftime down 8-6. I guess there might have been two breaks if it was 8-6 and we got the disc first. But it was almost everyone was just converting on their O points.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then the second half, we went on a 7-point unanswered run, and it was soon 13-8.
Wow, that's a huge swing after halftime.
Yeah.
So I think the $1 million question, if you don't mind me asking, what did you guys talk about during halftime? What made the magic happen, or is that a trademark secret?
No, we just were calm. We were like, hey, we like what we're doing. Keep up what we're doing. And sooner or later they'll start making mistakes. I mean, we we were, we did a good job of containing their deep shots. Like they were forced to move the disc up the field, and they were just converting it. We weren't giving them as many deep shots. Like we were just backing Graber and anyone else who was a deep threat, and they were moving the disc up it well, and we were challenging them on the unders, and we were like, hey, just keep it up. It was pretty relaxed.
I dig it.
We were like, we're a second half team, I guess, telling ourselves that. So yeah, now here's an interesting thing I can get your feedback on. Let's go ahead and look at the standings, full standings. So Red's obviously the 1 seed at 5-0. Purple and yellow are eliminated because this is only a 2 weekend. Unfortunately, it's only 2 weekends for the playoffs. There's no chance for 5 and 6 to play. They basically play each other for 5th place, and then the last week is pickup.
Okay.
So it's unfortunate. They had a good season. I guess it's when it's just 5-game regular season, it's pretty cutthroat. Like the wins are so important.
Yeah, that's true.
So here is the question. Let me see if I can't stretch this out. We have 3 teams at 3-2, tied for second. Each team has a win over the other. So for the head-to-head tiebreak, we can't use the head-to-head tiebreak. Does that make sense? Like it's like rock, paper, scissors. One team lost to one and lost to the other.
I think normally, a point diff would be default to.
See, that's what I looked it up. And we played blue the last week, and if you look at the point differential, blue has it by 1 over us. So that would tell me that traditionally, blue would take the 2 seed, we would take the 3rd seed, and black would take the 4th seed because they have the lowest point differential at +1. Blue is +5, and we're +4. But for some reason, the league just rolled with 2nd and 3rd is kind of irrelevant because they're going to play each other anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
But they somehow put us in 2nd. I don't understand. And they put black in 3rd, even though we lost to black. So it's kind of like they just disregarded the point differential tiebreaker. I'm not sure how they determined that.
Yeah.
Maybe they were
I'm
like,
not positive.
blue should have it, but blue just lost. So they're like, maybe they were like recency bias. Blue lost in the last week, so they should be 4th. I don't know. It's kind of important because red and black are kind of like the playoff favorites. So if they were to play each other week 1 of the playoffs, that would be kind of huge.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they did for that, but maybe they had some other process or decision logic behind it that we're not aware of. I don't want to assume anything.
Yeah, I like to assume things. I'm not going to do it definitively. Just try to guess, work it out. But yeah, I don't know in this case. But yeah, regardless, we're playing black on Wednesday, and red is playing blue on Wednesday. That's just how it's going to roll. And yellow will play purple. So let's go ahead and give our predictions for the playoffs. Oh, hold on, wait. Let me just say one more thing regarding the green versus blue game as well. I'd like to highlight 2 players on green. Peterson had a crazy game. Peterson caught he caught everything sent to him. He came down from like multiple piles holding the disc.
Catch him with two hands.
Yeah. He the very first catch was a touchdown to him, with a two-hand catch, and I was so happy. But normally he'll drop the first one-handed and then switch to two hands. But yeah, it was
Two-hand Pete.
Two-hand Pete was on fire. He was making up for people's mistakes. He was catching everything, doing some good defense. He had a very good game. And I like to also highlight Tia. Tia was on Bree, and it was worth the price of admission to see that battle between them. They were going so hard on each other, challenging each other's unders, boxing each other out for jump balls, sprinting with each other up and down the field. It was a really, really good matchup to watch. Yeah, and Tia, I think Tia outweathered Bree. She had just a little bit more height, which definitely played a factor. But it was definitely a very entertaining matchup. That's worthy of a shout out.
Oh, that's awesome. I wish I could have been there to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's go ahead and give our predictions. Yellow versus purple for the 5th place. Do you think purple keeps their momentum and snags it from the jaws of defeat, or do you think Scott or Popa and Dustin prevent the upset and get a strong statement win, saying that we should have been the playoffs win?
I think this is a tough one. I'm gonna say purple wins this one. I'm gonna say purple wins this one 15-13.
All right.
It's gonna be one of those gut check of a games where both teams have momentum shifts, but they both line up with each other, so it just becomes like a wild ride.
How many completed hammers from Dustin do you think there'll be?
How many completed hammers per half, or completed hammers? Which one's easier to keep track of?
Total.
Total. All right, I'm gonna give him 3 completed hammers. If we're counting like full hammers, like bucks.
Mm-hmm. Last in the green versus blue matchup, we had a count going between me and Gary how many completed hammers there'd be, and it was just one.
It was just one? Okay.
One for one.
All right. Okay. So maybe my 3 is a little bit more bold than I thought. All right.
Oh, no. It's
stick with my gut.
3. All right. We'll have to see how that goes. All right. Now let's talk about red versus blue. Do you need me to go over the rosters?
That would be great. Just a real quick highlight so I can keep them straight.
All right. So, the red is going to be Gabe, Kevin, with Ashley and Rachel as the women. And then we got Charles, Dan, another Dan who is tall and athletic, Joe Mitchell, Matt who is tall and athletic, Sammy Burke, and this hidden user is Xander, who is a aspiring youngling. I think he might be 13, 14, 12, somewhere in that range. Sorry, Xander, I don't know how old you are.
Wow, I can't believe you.
So yeah, that's the red team. Good core of solid players there. And the blue team, again, is captained by Tim Weeks. And I believe Tim Weeks will be there this week. I don't know if they're going to have any subs. And then they'll have Bree and Christina. And then I think Bennett's handling, Connor, Eli, Gary, Ian. Morgan played on, I think, Chimney and Smokestack. Morgan's more of like a handler and a good defender, like bids on everything defender. And then Phil Saba, if you know him, you probably know him. So yeah, that's blue.
Yeah, I know.
Uh,
So I'll go ahead and start with these predictions then. I think I have been a hater on Red all season, and I think Red has earned my vote on this one. So I'm gonna give Red my prediction for this one. However, in my usual fashion of being weirdly specific about random things in my predictions, I think Blue is going to be leading at halftime, and I
mm,
think that Red's going to have to make a little bit of a comeback here. They're going to have to kind of go into beast mode to crank this thing out on Universe.
Crank it out on Universe.
That's what I think. I think Red's coming from behind and cranking it out on Universe. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm predicting on that one.
Yeah, I'll give Red a 3.5 point um, uh, favorite. That's pretty strong, and I would say that they'll win 15-12. That's my prediction. It's an Amber Alert in the background. 2016 Kia Soul, Silver, Ohio. So there you go. If you're listening to the podcast, this is not live. So yeah, all right. Red advances. Now the last match, green versus black. Now before I'll show you the black roster. So you got the Elliot, Allison, Jonathan, Rachel core. You got Mike Coates, and then the rest of the players are pretty solid. I wouldn't necessarily say that they have any other I don't think I didn't play against black, so I can't remember. I don't think they have any like other top tier threats, but everyone else is like solid and respectable, and capable, I guess. And green being the good guys, the home team.
The home team, baby.
So this week we will not have Higgy or Scott. And our two subs will be Tia's husband, John, who's more of a cutter. He's like a tall cutter. And Scott's replacement is Steve Kell. He's played with us the last 2 weeks. He's like a middle school cross country coach. Just loves to run, doesn't get tired, tall, a lot of straight line speed. So yeah.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and start. I think that we win. I think that we win 16-14. I think that it goes to overtime, but we take it out.
All right. I'm gonna go opposite of that, so one of us can be right here. I'm going black, and I'm going black 15-13. I think black's gonna pull all the pieces together, and they're gonna keep the pedal to the metal the whole game. Yeah, I think they're gonna pull off the plays that they need to pull off. Black 15-13. I'm predicting.
Do you think to handle Rachel we put a guy on her, or do you think we just put Tia on Rachel and then have help defense from back of the stack?
I haven't been able to see you guys play, unfortunately, since I've moved, so I can't quite answer that. I think either one's a viable strategy, depending on your team synergy. If you have a lot of heads-up defenders, then you can definitely have Tia line up. But otherwise, I guess I can't particularly answer that one without having been there, unfortunately.
Okay.
I know she's a nightmare to match up on either way, so
Yeah.
it's hard. See, if you put a guy on her, you're not really gonna negate her. So I guess I'm not sure how much you're necessarily going to be gaining depending on your team chemistry.
And by the way, I pick yellow for the purple-yellow match. So you have purple, I have yellow. We both have red, and then I have green, and you have black. So yeah, it'll be a fun weekend coming up. A lot of not weekend. I guess it feels like like a mini weekend during the middle of the week. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It will be a lot of fun either way, and should be some good frisbee up there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I think one fun thing about Fall League is even when you're on a team that's not winning, one of my favorite seasons I've ever played on, it was a Fall League game, and we lost every game just because a lot of those Fall League games, you're able to like play a lot more free and learn a lot.
Yeah.
And during that season, we actually, I forget exactly how many games went to Universe. I think 3 of our games went to Universe, and the greatest margin we lost by was 2 points. It was the closest, most Cleveland Brownie kind of season ever.
Wow.
It was heartbreaking.
That is.
But it was so much fun. Yeah, I learned so much that season.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks so much for joining us once again, Mark, and we'll see you back next week, hopefully, if you're available for a recap and a championship match breakdown.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for everybody for watching, and hope to see you next week.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.